What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 75, the season 1 finale of the Gay Gale podcast, bringing you the hot takes, latest stories, and spicy picks starring New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Nashville, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Adam Grassani, George Simon by Mother Cunningham, Alex Reach, Chris Kieran, Marcellus Burdock, and Sam Morrell. You can listen to the podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, sure to follow us on Twitter at GetTheGamP. And with all that said, it's time to get your game on.
Yo, Adam, that hype, man, that was.
I had
great.
to bring the hype. This is it. Season 1
Damn,
finale.
Adam,
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Last
damn,
one
you
of the
guys are
season.
so fucking ugly, but damn, I love you, motherfucker.
Did you own me with Mike?
First of all, at least I can see my hairline, and two, Chris, I'm gonna introduce you to a barber. It's just that bad. You're turning into Alex's acne, for God's sakes. Well, let's start this show.
It is bad.
Sam also said we appreciate that that dance, the last dance of the season.
Yeah.
Sam got no rhythm, but we still love him.
Like, shut up. I can beat you in basketball 21-0.
You got no rhythm on the court, and you will definitely not beat me in this. So let's just hit the record.
I'm not going to lie today. I was watching the 8th grade travel game because I don't coach 8th grade travel. I help with 7th grade and coach 6th grade. I was watching the 8th grade travel game today. There was this kid from Hackensack. He's going to be an NBA player one day. My man's was yamming that shit in 8th grade.
Yo, that's when you start. That's when you get the high.
He looked like he was about to pull out the tomahawk dunk. Like my man's was doing Zion Williamson type shit in 8th grade. Like, God damn.
Yo, Chris,
Wow.
what you gotta say about that? 8th grader doing Zion dunks. What you think?
Dude, I mean, that's special. We don't got kids like that in Kansas.
First of all, Kansas is known for corn and football. That's basic.
We got some ballers now, though, in Kansas City, for sure.
Man, Jersey got the best
Poppin'.
ballers, brother. You gotta worry about the best player in the nation in the class of 2023 and DJ Wagner, who is a baller.
DJ Wagner's
yeah.
gonna be a stud.
Bro, the best basketball players, they come from New York, specifically
Jersey.
like New York City, New Jersey, and LA.
Yeah, and you
that's
got
fine.
Mikey
Sometimes
Williams, who's a
Chicago.
stud. Mikey Williams, who was a stud.
Kyrie Irving.
Oh, what you? Oh,
Shaq
you
grew up in Newark. Shaquille
technically
O'Neal grew up in Newark.
and you got probably one of the greatest athletes of all time from New York. I'll give you a hint. He was born in New York, but he moved to North Carolina. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Ding, 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 ding. He's originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's originally from Brooklyn.
Wait, Mike, quick question. Did you just say
What's
he
up,
was
baby?
the best athlete or the best basketball player?
Best well-known athlete, I meant.
Okay, because I was about to put you in your place with Wilt Chamberlain because we all know he was a
Hey,
freak.
would you let it go? Yo, you're the biggest Wilt Chamberlain fan. I feel like his dick is in your mouth right now.
And Mike, his dick was in 20,000 other women's mouths. So
I hope so. That's not the point. But Adam, what we got?
All right, guys.
For
We're definitely gonna do a
Sam,
lot of stuff like to celebrate this fan. We're definitely gonna do a lot of stuff, but we would be remiss if we didn't talk about. This is the only thing we're going to talk about really on the agenda today, and that was the debacle that took place last night at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knickerbockers were up 28 in the second quarter against the Brooklyn Nets. They were up 18 in the fourth quarter. They were up 18 points in the fourth quarter. And what happened? Michael, what happened? Marcellus, what happened?
I wasn't. I'm no longer a
I know
Knicks
what
fan.
happened.
Me and Marcellus
Adam.
came up on the Knicks.
Adam, I can tell you what happened.
Sam, shut up. Sam, shut up.
So what happened was there was this kid that is a rookie that, really is not known that well. What's his name? Cam Johnson. I'm pretty sure.
Thomas.
Cam Thomas, whatever. Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas. Mr. Buckets. That's all I'm gonna say. He's Mr. Buckets after this game. He just Mike Marcellus, I just want to ask you guys a question first.
I don't want to talk about it.
How the hell do you lose to a rookie? You lose to KD. I get it. You lose to Kyrie. I get it. You lose to Seth Curry. I get it. You lost to a rookie who scored 16 in the fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure. How that happened? How that
Got an
happened?
answer for you.
I really don't got an answer right
I
now.
don't have an answer.
And that's the problem with the Knicks this year. We have a lot of questions. Got no answers for them. We got no answers. We got no answers from Dolan. We got no answers. Like Leon, like Stephen A said it perfect today. There's people in locked up prison, like freaking like Rucker, whatever. They're in like islands territory, like prisoners. We see them more than we see Leon Rose. I've never seen Leon Rose go to one Knicks game this entire season. Not one. Like, we need to pull out a BP report or whatever. We need to find this guy right now because he's lost, obviously. He's lost. Then there's your coach, Tom Thibodeau. He's good for a veteran system. Unfortunately, you got no vets in your team. And the vets you do have, I'm sorry, they're not that good. So Tom Thibodeau, he overworks your players. He's not good. Get him out. And then let's get to your, MVP candidate last year, Julius Randle.
Sam, don't make me stab you.
What happening to him this year?
I don't know. First of all, playing for the Knicks is like the worst type of thing to play for.
Here's the thing: Julius Randle, at least statistically, did not have a bad game this game.
He just
he dropped 31. He dropped 31 on not bad shooting numbers. Yeah, double. He had 10 rebounds as well. Julius Randle was not the reason they lost that game.
Can a black man talk on the show?
Like, go ahead.
I'm half black to the right.
Like, listen, you win an award for the Knicks as most improved player, MVP, rookie of the year, coach of the year, whatever. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for the Knicks. You have to keep playing great. We're paying you a max contract deal that we could have gave KD and Kyrie or Giannis or whatever, any big player. We chose you. If you're going to be that guy, you said, Julius Randle in his press conference the year he got here, I want to be that guy in New York. But now you're that guy. You either you crack under the pressure or you rise up during the pressure. I think he maxed out as a Knicks man. I think he maxed out his potential with the Knicks. You were the most improved player. You were an all-star. I just think, what can he do now? That's all I'm saying. Either you ask to be traded next year, because playing in New York ain't no fun thing. Where you think we get no all-stars or superstars that want to come to New York because we are devious. The fans are reckless. They just don't give a crap. That's basically what it is.
Oh, so like Cowboys fans.
Kind of similar.
But Adam, you going to saying Julius Randle wasn't a problem last night. But here's the thing, he was. There's a reason why, like, especially with like someone like me, my rule is if you're top 50, sure, I'm gonna look at your stats, I'm gonna look at your accolades, and I'm gonna rank you top 50. Once we get to like top 10 territory, I don't look at stats and accolades anymore, just because if you're in the top 10, you're in the top 10.
Just remember, he was a top 30 player in the league when the league started.
It's the same thing like that. It's like, sure, the stats may say he scored 31 points and that type of stuff. But what the stats don't tell you is how well did he play on defense? Did he box out every time? Did he actually, set the screens and run the plays correctly? even though he didn't get the turnover necessarily, was the turnover his fault nonetheless? Could he have done more? Maybe he could have guarded Cam Thompson or Kyrie or Seth so that they don't go off for that much. He takes initiative. That's the type of stuff that stats you don't see in stats. Like, Julius Randle is the leader of this team. We all know he's the leader of this team. He's supposed to be the leader of this team. Leadership is not a stat. You don't see that in the stats. So the fact that he wasn't stepping up and saying, okay, if no one can guard Cam Thompson, that's fine. Tibbs, I got it. I'll guard Cam Thompson. I'll lock him down. I don't think I saw Julius Randle guard Cam Thompson that much at all. They just do the same defense. And when you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get caught. And that's what happened.
Honestly, Sam, from that perspective, I completely agree with you. When you say it that way, I completely agree with them. I was saying just specifically this game, but you've heard me say before, one of the things we've learned this season is Julius Randle isn't that good. Ideally, at best, he's the third best player on a championship team. Second, if you've got prime Michael Jordan.
That Adam.
Adam, you always bring up prime Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Adam, everybody can win a championship with prime Michael Jordan. Even
I'm
you
just saying that as an example.
Adam, change up your examples because everybody can win with prime Michael Jordan with that Bulls
prime
team.
Michael Cunningham.
Hey, first of all, say Kobe at least.
I'm letting you know, Adam. If Julius Randle had prime Michael Cunningham, there would be more problems on the team.
Hey, I will win on that team, baby. I'm sure you hurt me.
Adam. If your two best players are prime Michael Cunningham and prime Julius Randle, that team might go 0-82.
You think we'll go 0-82? Alex, who are you laughing at? Alex, you probably be the bench warmer for that team, so shut up. You be the water boy. And Adam, you be like the fan, so shut up. Chris will be the one that's being the sportscaster. Marcellus will be like the crazy fan over there screaming at us, trade everybody. And Alex will just be. That's what he's
Okay, Mr. Oopa Doopa.
Okay, that was whack.
All right.
I don't know what's worse. Your hairline or your jump shot? Moving on. Or your acne? Moving on.
Moving on. But, I mean, that game, like, from a Knicks perspective, like, it's one thing, like, it would have been bad enough had you blown, like, a 28-point lead, and you had KD, you had Simmons, and you had Kyrie, like, it would at least be understandable, but still, like, blowing a 28-point lead, like, you shouldn't do that. They blew a 28-point lead when none of those guys are playing.
What's much respect on that rookie, you know?
Cam Thomas, he's been a stud.
Let's put respect on his name. Let's put respect on his name.
Yeah, he had a really good game, even though
he played great.
Even though
Thomas is a stud. He's a stud. He's gonna be a
good
some
respect. You know, he played great. But however,
I'm not going to say he didn't play great.
It's a two-sided opinion. It's a two-sided. You know, he if he would do that to a better team, he would have got way more respect in it. You know.
No, that's what I'm saying, Mike. That's what I'm saying. It's like
a two-sided.
If this was like, for example, against the Phoenix Suns, if you would have done this against the Phoenix Suns, I would have been like, we got an up-and-coming star in the league. It's the fact that he did it against the Knicks. I'm like, this isn't really so much about Cam Thompson scoring, more so about the Knicks' struggles. Because here's the thing. This has now happened for, I'm pretty sure, the third straight game in a row where you guys have been up by 20 and have still lost.
Here's the thing about the Knicks losing. Get rid of Dolan. For the love of God, get rid of Dolan. He's probably the worst owner in the NBA.
I mean, I
can't get rid of him though. He has to step down.
We would just be recycling takes over and over again if we just did another James Dolan rant.
No, first of all, James Dolan is a cancer to basketball. He's like Donald Sterling. He's a terrible owner. Doesn't listen to his players. Doesn't listen to the fans. You had Phil Jackson for us. I was like, our troubles are over. We had the best basketball mind in NBA history. Wrong. We still suck because you tried to make them do the triangle offense and Phil Jackson's not coaching.
Not only that, Phil Jackson was terrible because he drafted Porzingis. We all said, why would you do that? Porzingis was good. Then out of nowhere, you trade Porzingis. You don't try to,
No, I think that was after Phil Jackson. That was after Phil Jackson.
That was after Phil Jackson?
Yeah, that was after Phil.
Oh, well, either way,
Phil drafted Porzingis. Phil drafted Porzingis.
No, but he traded he left for 2 years after.
Oh yeah. He was the one who traded him. I got it. But there were reports that Phil Jackson was trying.
They want to rebuild. There
were reports that Phil Jackson was trying to trade him, though.
Well, Mike, either way, he destroyed Carmelo Anthony. Like, with what he was doing, we can all agree, like, Carmelo Anthony was not happy with Phil Jackson. And Phil Jackson sometimes wasn't even playing Carmelo Anthony. To the point where, like, Carmelo Anthony was, like, on the trading block with Phil Jackson. You put, like, the icon of the Knicks for how many years Carmelo was icon for the Knicks?
For, like, 6 years at the time.
Yeah, for 6 years, your icon. That's the guy you openly say, we'll trade. Are you kidding me? We're like, come on. And then even after Phil Jackson, you traded Porzingis. Like,
here's what they wanted to do, Chris. They wanted to rebuild because
Chris,
but Sam, my fault.
Smack the black out of you.
Hey, you two look the same. Shut up. Yo, here's something funny with me and Sam were hanging out at this campus. I kept calling him Chris. He got so red. But that's not Sam. That really hurt your feelings, Sam.
Adam, I'm letting you know this is supposed to be the end of the season, but some furniture about to be moving in about a second.
Oh,
furniture's about to be moving.
Damn.
Me and Chris could take you. Don't worry, Sam. Me and Chris could take you.
But getting back. I mean, I feel like. Go ahead.
Before I was rudely interrupted, not by you, but a certain Sam Morrell. All seriousness, I think if the Knicks, you get like you had Julian Okafor in that draft, could have been you guys could have drafted Tyus Jones, who was a great player in that year, or Frank Kaminsky, if you want to go big. Get that center from Wisconsin at the time. Chris, who was that center that played Frank the Tank? That was his name, Frank the Tank. Could have drafted him at number 4, but you did a real curveball by drafting Porzingis. And when I was watching the draft with my pops, I was like, and I was texting Alex. He was like, yo, who the hell is this dude? That was the first thing I said to Alex and my dad. I was like, who is this dude? And then that was the first thing I said. And I'm like, are you serious? You drafted Porzingis? And then when I saw him in the summer league games, I'm like, yo, this dude for real. This dude could play. Saw him in the playoffs. This dude could play. No, like that season, and he had a hell of a season. But however, I don't know why you trade Porzingis. You trade a Melo, so Porzingis could be the guy. And then you trade Porzingis to get cap space up for a free agent. Okay. You could have got LeBron. You didn't try for LeBron. But imagine if the 2018-19 season, if the Knicks got LeBron. That would have been something. Am I right? Think about it, boys.
Well, Mike, you can also say the same thing that, instead of drafting Frank Ntilikina, they could have drafted Donovan Mitchell. And instead of drafting RJ Barrett, they could have drafted Darius Garland.
Oh yeah, I respect RJ. RJ is a baller, even though he's on a bad.
Darius Garland is,
Darius Garland is just Darius Garland. Put some respect on his name.
That's what I'm saying. The Knicks could have taken Darius Garland and they took RJ Barrett.
I still want to call. I'm not calling that a mistake yet. I would still.
I think it's too easy to call that a mistake.
I would take Barrett moving forward.
No, Barrett.
You know what?
It's a great player. He's just in a bad.
I feel like Knicks fans right now, they should be more optimistic about RJ Barrett than they should be Julius Randle.
No.
RJ
Here's
Barrett
the thing.
doesn't
We
come
know
up.
at this point what
Barrett's
Julius
already a
Randle
better
is.
player than Randle, in my opinion.
100%.
We know
And
what Julius Randle is. Like Julius Randle has either come close to or has hit his ceiling. Like RJ Barrett hasn't come close to hitting his ceiling yet, at least in my opinion.
RJ Barrett is
We
going
still
to.
don't know what RJ Barrett
He's
is.
the number one option on a team. He could be scoring 22 a game easily.
Here's the thing, Mike. Here's the thing. There's only one reason why I'm saying Knicks fans shouldn't be optimistic. And it's because the Knicks have openly said before that RJ Barrett was open for trade options. And we know what usually happens with that.
They said it once, but didn't know how good he was. But here's the thing. I'll keep Barrett over Randle any day.
Easy.
Build around Barrett. You get Cam Reddish. You put him in the starting five. And then I'll get rid of Evan Fournier. That's the one player I can't stand as a Knick. He's terrible. He's streaky. He's like J.R. Smith all over again.
Well, I mean, what's it called? The Knicks could also just,
build
quickly end RJ Barrett's suffering by trading him, to like another team like the honestly, what would have been a good trade for the Philadelphia 76ers, and this might seem a little crazy because I know they want to do win now. I would have actually tried to see if they can get RJ Barrett for something. Because RJ Barrett, I feel like would.
Who would you have traded him for? Who would you have traded him for the Sixers or for the Sixers? Who would you trade him for? Like here's the thing, you already have a small. Like, who would you get for him? Like
when they had it, I feel like you could have done something like. I feel like you could have done like the James Harden trade, but like leave Ben Simmons out of it.
Knicks wanted to even answer the phone. They would have hung up the phone, blocked the number if that's the
Chris, salute you. No, but here's the thing: if Ben Simmons went to the Knicks, you know how many fans will probably kill James Dolan?
Listen,
you know how many fans would have riot the arena?
Listen, I never said it was a good trade for the Knicks.
If Ben Simmons came to the Knicks, do you know how many death threats I would write to James Dolan?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I just really want to see RJ Barrett on a good team because RJ Barrett has potential to be a star, and the Knicks are just holding him back. There's a good 2 seasons right now where RJ Barrett could have made the All-Star team, and he didn't. And I'm just like, the Knicks, you're holding him back.
I mean,
most
young talents go through this.
Yeah,
most young guys go through this.
And here's the thing, I feel
not even Zion went through this, and Zion's on my Pelicans.
Zion's gone through it a little bit. I feel like.
Yo, guys, can I just take a moment to say, like, look! Remember when we were talking about the Knicks a year ago? We were like, "Oh, they finally figured out. They finally have the general manager. They finally have their head coach. Oh, they finally have their star player."
No,
all 3 of those are in question at the very least. Like all the optimism that the Knicks have built, that the Knicks built up last year, all that is gone with how poorly they.
Tom Thibodeau is still a good coach, though. He's still a good coach.
He's a good coach.
He's a great coach.
He's the long-term answer in New York.
I think he needs a defensive player, a defensive stopper, like he had when he coached the Bulls. When he had
just
Jimmy
didn't
Butler.
build his team very good.
No,
I think because you're still trying to get Derrick Rose, but you need like that scorer, that defender, that closing scorer and defender. They don't have that. They don't have that player.
Mike, you know it'd be a really good team, and I know this is kind of like a cop-out answer, but you know who'd be a really good team for Tom Thibodeau, the coach? The Bucks. Because Giannis.
Oh, that would be like almost the perfect landing spot for him.
Because Giannis hustles. Giannis doesn't get tired.
No, but here's the thing, but they have a good closer in Chris Middleton, who I think, guys, Chris Middleton is probably a great closer to have for your team that need that bucket.
100%.
Well, I mean, yeah, Chris Middleton's a closer, but Giannis is also a closer. We just never talk about it.
If I had a choice to give the ball to Giannis or Middleton with the game on the line, here's the thing: I would give the ball to Middleton over Giannis respectfully, because if they're trying to foul me to avoid the buckets, at least Chris Middleton get the free throws that Giannis can't hit. So the only reason why I give the ball to Middleton over Giannis.
Okay, that's true.
That's. By the way, you mind if I gloat about the Knicks for a second here?
No,
Even though like I agree, it's more about the Knicks losing than the Nets. I mean, that's a big story here. That's still a huge win for the Nets. That's
Not
still
really.
a huge win to come back down from 28 and you're missing like
Not
your
really.
They were
big
playing the
three.
Knicks though.
you guys were
Yeah,
playing
yes,
the
they
Knicks.
were playing the Knicks, but still,
Adam,
like
you really gonna gloat about you beating the Knicks with a rookie?
because it's still
Adam,
a big
that's
win.
not even
Also,
a win for you.
I gotta give the credit to one guy. I know Cam Thomas like played amazing, but you also gotta give a shout out to Steph Curry. Dropped 28 points to make a lot of great shots.
Seth
From
Curry's-
watching Steph Curry,
I
he's also a
expect this
really
from
good
Seth Curry.
passer too.
Hey, Adam.
He's a really good
David
passer
wants to
too.
know. Hold up, time up. Stop.
Is he as good as his brother? No, but is he as good as his brother? No, but he's gonna be a really. I said before, I think aside from the big three, Steph Curry's the best player in the Nets. Without big three, he's their best player.
Adam, Seth Curry
Without a
for me.
doubt, he's the next
Seth
best
Curry,
player.
in my opinion, Seth Curry is just the budget version of Steph. Like literally, Seth Curry can shoot threes. He can kind of dribble. He can pass. He can kind of play defense. He's literally just a budget Steph Curry.
The only thing that I feel like separates to and why Steph isn't nearly good as Steph is that Steph isn't nearly as good as getting to the rim. Now
Not
Steph
only-
isn't the best at getting to the rim, but he's way better at it than Steph.
Not only that, it's like Steph has been doing this for a while now. Steph
Exactly.
had to start out in the G League before he even came here. And when he got into the league, people were just like memeing him. Now people started to take him seriously. But when Seth Curry entered the league, he was a meme. Like people were just like, oh, look, see, you added a Curry to the team. So your shooting went up by like 1,000,000%. But in reality, I was like one of the few people that are like, oh, Seth Curry, he's going to be a problem in the future. Like he's going to be a problem.
I may have to get myself a Seth Curry jersey.
Be like Alex now every time a big player comes to your team?
Probably, yes.
Oh God, you're gonna get a Ben Simmons jersey and then burn
No,
it as
I'm
soon as
not-
Ben Simmons is
I'm not
back.
getting
Adam,
a
I
Ben
swear
Simmons
to God,
jersey.
if you get a Ben Simmons jersey, I'm gonna clown you for the rest of your life. I won't make fun of you like OD.
Maybe a Ben N themed Simmons jersey, maybe.
No, Mike, I feel like Adam is the type of person to get a Ben Simmons jersey. And the first game that Ben Simmons plays bad, he burns the jersey. The next game Ben Simmons plays great, he buys another jersey.
What Adam does, Sam, he buys a team jersey of a player, and then
I've never
he
burned a
plays
jersey in my
basketball,
life.
And then he plays basketball in it. And
I-
then messes with-
I still have two Darren Williams jerseys collecting dust in my closet.
Adam wears jerseys and then plays basketball in them if they're on the team. That's what he does. I saw him playing this Kyrie Irving jersey. I'm like, boy, what's wrong with you? Playing the Kyrie Irving jersey.
One thing's for sure, you definitely ain't Kyrie.
I know I'm not.
He don't have to
I can
handle
pretend
like
I
it.
am, though. I can pretend I am.
I'll be having dreams that he's Kyrie Irving, and Alex be dreaming that he's James Harden, and they'll be having dreams about it, wearing the jersey and cuddling it.
Except while I'm doing that, I'm literally breaking Alex's ankles.
Oh, Alex is not even tuned into the show.
The Sixers just won.
Yay!
Wow. Yo, guys.
Also,
I
did you
have a
guys see
surprise.
this tweet by Kevin Durant?
Yo, guys, I got a surprise for you coming on the show.
We'll get to that surprise, but did you guys see this tweet from Kevin Durant?
Let's tweet.
Kevin Durant tweeted out, quote, Nets fans were allowed at the the Garden tonight. There was a lot of Net fans at the building. They really, you could hear it there. You could hear Brooklyn chants. There was a crowd. And I love that for a second. That's now, I can tell all the Knicks fans are like, oh, the Nets don't have a fan base. Nets don't have a fan base. I could tell them like, yo, shut up.
Adam.
Shut up. Also,
Adam.
I gotta get this guy, WFAN overnight host Sal Lacuda was respond to that saying like, "Oh, Katie, you couldn't handle the pressure of New York, so you went to Brooklyn." Katie went to Brooklyn because the Brooklyn Nets are a far superior franchise than your Knicks. That's
Is
why
that
he went there.
Are you talking about Michael
The Nets
Rappaport?
are a better, well-run
I don't know.
franchise. And the Knicks, and they don't have James Dolan as owner. That's why Kevin Durant went.
Are you talking about Michael
Knicks.
Rappaport?
Amen.
Adam, are you talking about Michael Rappaport?
No, Sal.
Oh, look what I got as a surprise
He's a
for you
WFA
guys.
host.
Look what we got as a surprise coming in on
Yeah,
the show.
surprise guest. We have a surprise guest in the house.
Let's go.
We're back. We're back.
He's back.
Let me introduce him here. This guy was on our host throughout a good part of the first season, and we wanted him to come back on for the season finale. So let's introduce him, David Heller.
Yo, look at me and Alex's face right now. Yo, look at Alex's face. We're one more time. The boys are back, baby.
Yes, sure.
David said, yo, Adam, you know I hid this from you the whole time. Like, I told him to say no. I told him to say no at first.
You told him to say no? Oh, man. I'm going to have to talk with you about that. I'm going to have to talk with you. How dare you our friend David Heller to not come?
No, I already invited him.
Okay.
David, I owe you
Oh, by
a
the
beer.
way, just record. Sam, meet David. David, meet Sam.
Hello.
What's up, Sam?
This is a great show. This is a great show.
In history.
This is a great show we got, man. Adam,
Oh, man.
yo, just
All right,
picture
before
this,
all right, we're definitely gonna get we definitely want to get David involved. So before we get to like Alex's storylines and Mike's hot take and all that, I did want to mention this one really dark story here. Just for record here, trigger warning for addiction and drugs. We finally have a kind of resolve it to the Tyler Skaggs story. That they found out there was as you all know, Tyler Skaggs, former LA pitcher, unfortunately passed away a couple of years back in 2019. It was later found out that former Los Angeles Angels communications director Eric Kay was distributing Fentanyl, which is a deadly drug to him, and the drug ultimately led to his death. The jury has found Eric Kay guilty on 2 felony counts this past Thursday.
Hey, so first of all, rest in peace to that guy.
Yeah.
Second of all, where do I get started? Okay. So
Go ahead, baby.
So I just want to know what was his position? The guy who's helping the drugs.
He was he was a communications director.
Communications director.
Sam, you want to handle this or should I?
You go first because
You know me. If you guys give me a free, I got alcohol, and you don't want me to say what I gotta say.
Oh, so let me go first then, so that I get most of that out of the way.
I may be cursing on the air. Man, we don't got time for that.
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to say again, condolences to the family. It must be heartbreaking to find out about this news, and it must be some sort of relief as well to know, the person that did this to their son, to even potentially their brother, their niece, their cousin, their aunt, their uncle, that justice was delivered. Now to that communications director, that's just disgusting. You murdered an athlete. You murdered a future all-star potential athlete. That's just so wrong on so many levels. And the worst part about it is that you can't even compare it to something like a Len Bias, where it's oh, he took cocaine on his own will, and he's the one that killed himself. For all we know, the communications director may have said, hey, this will help you get better, and this will help you make you feel better if something happened to him. And he probably just took it without even thinking about it. Hell, he could have poisoned him for all we know. So this is just disgusting on so many levels. And I thought this would have ended a long time ago. I thought this type of, excuse my French, I thought this type of petty fuckery would have ended a long time ago. With Donald Sterling being like racist and like doing all the stuff he did, you would think that no matter what you guys do, we would be finding out about all this stuff. And yet people are still doing this. It's like it started with racism. Then it actually first started with sexism. Then it went to racism. Then it went to homophobic with all that other stuff. Now we're on to murder. What fucking next? What next? We're going to find out an owner likes to commit arson on stadiums? I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Wouldn't be surprised if James fucking Dolan just goes to the Barclays Center and just like fucking blows up the building at this point.
What the?
Like
I know you're not trying to be funny, Sam, but
I'm not trying to be funny, but like I wouldn't be surprised at this point because like this is the fucking level we're getting to.
Sam, this is the lesson I've learned a long time ago. Never underestimate how shitty human beings can be.
Hold up, Adam. Hold up, hey Boogie. Let me explain.
I saw mention here. The guy Eric K. He won't be sentenced until June 8th, until June 20th. He faces a minimum of 20 years in prison.
First of all, I think just hold up, Adam. You know. However, the athletes, they just think they got to dribble a basketball, throw a ball, throw a baseball, hit a ball. You know, that's all. They don't know. They don't think we got rights. You know what I'm saying, Adam and Sam and everybody? But here's the thing. Somebody's child is gone, and they can never come back.
Exactly.
Someone's son, somebody's boyfriend, somebody's best friend, brother, cousin, uncle, like Sam said.
Non-binary pal.
They're never going to see life again. This kid had a future to get out of what living situation he was in because a person that he trusted screwed him over. And here's the thing. We should stop screwing people over. If your friend is going to the league or something, or your trainer or whatever, support him. Don't be envy. Like, I just don't get it in this.
Just be a decent human being. Is that too much to ask for nowadays?
Don't be a stupid idiot. Like, here's the thing. When we started this podcast, there was no egos, and we don't have no egos now. And we're in 75 episodes, and we still got to talk about racist BS and like crazy justice not being served on the show. And that was from episode 1 to episode 75. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show for over a year and a half.
I'm with you.
We've been doing this show literally over a year. Today's the anniversary that we started this show. Put some respect on that. This is the year that today is the day we started the show in February. We started our show over a year ago, trying to create sports changes and respect on shorts. Now, a year later, we got to drag ourselves back to this. This is not the world we lived in. Adam, let's change the topic.
I agree. All I will say is that drug addiction is very real. Addiction is very real. Our hearts go out to all. Just our hearts go out to everyone suffering from addiction.
Your mental health too.
So mental health, yeah, definitely.
Mental health,
mental health, addiction, like
right.
that stuff is very real. So
no, yeah, mental health.
Get your shit together.
Mental health is a big one for me, just because even like I'm going through mental health struggles.
Same,
like,
and I have mental.
I was going through mental health struggles, and I still am going through mental health struggles. So I take that type of stuff seriously. But Adam, you said is it that hard for humans just to be like kind and all that stuff? Listen, if we were talking in 2018, I'd be saying, no, it's not that hard. After 2020, with all the shit that happened with January 6th and with all the politics that happened, it's like even just telling someone, hey, is it that hard to be kind? It's like, yeah, it's that hard to be kind just because after 2020, everyone's true colors since then have finally shown to fruition.
Say that one more time. Repeat that and say it one more time.
After 2020, like before 2020, if you said to someone, oh, is it that hard to be kind? People would have said, no, I can be nice. I'm sorry. After 2020, you ask someone, is it that hard to be kind? They're going to say yes. Because after 2020, people's true colors finally came to fruition. Their true
That's what the
person.
answer we were looking for. That was, he just nailed it on the nail of the coffin. That's what people's true colors are. Alex, do what you got to say about the Olympics, because if I'm talking.
Yeah, I mean, David, you raised your hand.
Yeah.
What you got to say, brother?
So going back what Big Mike said, the first day we started the podcast since a year ago, episode 0, introduction. And another thing, I didn't hear anything about this. I just heard back from you guys.
Yeah, it happened. It happened like he passed away like was in 2019. So, and this is just like his sentencing. It was just his sentencing. So, again, like hearts of players go out to us, Skaggs and to everyone suffering from addiction. But let's lay up to this podcast. We gotta move on to the second to last Alex's Winter Olympic storylines. Alex, take it away.
So a ton happened over the past 48 hours. In the half pipe medal, Eileen Gu won. And I'm not sure if you saw the men's and women's hockey matches, Adam. Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to see it?
I saw the women's hockey matchup. Yeah, it sucks that Team USA lost.
Yeah, it definitely was a heartbreaker seeing them. Like,
I mean, you gotta give credit to Canada, though.
Okay, this is an interesting storyline. Did you guys get the chance to see the bobsledder from Ukraine got suspended over doping violation?
What? I did not hear that.
It says Lidiia Hunko has been provisionally suspended from competing at the Beijing Games after she tested positive for a banned substance. A statement from the International Testing Agency said Thursday.
And this is different from the Russian athlete, right? This is a different one?
Yeah. It says the sample was collected on February 14th. Hunko competed in the mono bob the day before, finishing 20th. Hunko has been informed of the case and it has provisionally suspended until a resolution is met in line with rules set by the International Olympic Committee.
Another athlete breaking the rules. Shocker.
Yep.
Well, I got something to say about that. To add on to my main man, Rich the GOAT, who made that. That's Alex's nickname that I made up for him in college, but that's not the point. But all seriousness, in that day and age, I think in every sport you're gonna do a lot of drugs in every sport. It's an F up. You know, you're gonna F up and like you know what I mean?
Sorry to interrupt, Mike. Speaking of that kind of thing. That track runner for USA, she couldn't run in the Olympics because she had some substance.
She was banned for smoking weed apparently. But here's the thing I hate. Mostly every athlete in America smokes weed during the off season. It's not a secret. Every athlete does. And you can look at me like I'm crazy. Everybody does it. But at least the USA track runner admitted she smoked weed. Most athletes hide it. Like, it's just common sense.
Yeah, but here's the thing I don't get. Here's the thing I don't get though. Why is weed a banned substance? Before anyone else says something,
it's a plant, people.
I just want to go on the record. I don't smoke weed. I'm never going to smoke weed. The closest thing I might ever do in my life is get drunk. That's probably the only thing I will ever do in my life.
But here's the thing, for a person that smokes.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing. Weed literally does nothing to enhance the body. In fact, the only thing it does to enhance the body is it heals you into a mental health state. It's a literal drug used to help mental health.
And it doesn't make you, it makes you mad calm. It doesn't make you have speed. It just makes you relax. So a woman, and I think it's because she was a black woman that said it. If she was white from America, they would have been fine with it. I think it's because she was just a black track runner that was a beast at it that realized, oh, she's a black woman, no big deal. We're not gonna let her run because she immediately smoked weed. Bullshit.
I mean, what's it called? And like, weed could also have a negative effect on you. I mean, we saw it we saw it with Antonio Brown. I'm pretty sure Antonio Brown was just, I'm not sure what he was doing.
That's what we call cocaine.
I mean, listen, when Antonio Brown came on that floor, I wouldn't be surprised if he would have got butt-ass naked and went up to the ref and said, "Wanna fuck?" Like, that's how out of it he was. How out of it he was. But like, this type of thing with the drugs and all that stuff, especially with the weed, it's like, I don't mind it. If it's an enhancing drug, like we just heard, then it's like you can't escape it. Because even the great Barry Bonds couldn't cheat his way. Barry Bonds before with the steroids, he was amazing. Obviously, we know he was amazing. But even the great Barry Bonds, when he got caught using steroids, was put in his place. Even Pete Rose, who didn't even use a substance, he just betted on himself to make more money. He still gets ridiculed to this day for that. So if betting on yourself gets you ridiculed, using an enhancing drug, that's just unacceptable.
Definitely. David, you have something to say?
I was gonna go back. Same type of weed. I don't smoke anything. I'm both asthma problems, but I remember I was in elementary school. I took a DARE program. DARE program is called to keep kids off drugs, drug abuse, resistance, education. I took that program in elementary school.
In 5th grade, they make you do it, buddy. We all do.
I've taken that program.
In 6th grade.
The DARE program, right?
Okay, yeah. Never think blah blah blah. I remember.
Well, all I remember was when I was at college, someone offered me to smoke, and I was at a concert on campus, and he told me you want to smoke, and I said no.
Actually, is that all for your Olympic Winter storylines?
Yeah, there was.
Yo, we gotta wake Chris up because he's falling asleep on us.
He's not feeling well today. Just let him relax. Let him relax. He'll get wired up again when he hears some
I'll be
blasphemous
good.
stuff
Just
on
wait.
Mike's hot
Wait,
take.
he'll
He'll get wired up
Ron's
again
hot take will
when
be
we get to
going.
Mike's hot take. But
I'm sure
Alex,
Ron's
great
hot
job. Your second to last Olympic winter storylines.
Wait, I thought this was our last show, boy.
No. For the first episode of season 2, he's gonna recap the closing ceremony and all that stuff. When's the men's hockey gold medal game?
I'm not positive, but
all I know is that the USA won't be in it. They lost. They fought to Slovakia, so they're out, which sucks.
Damn, you know, the USA just not doing its best in this Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
surprised? Not really, but you know,
Adam,
yeah.
As we speak, the semifinal men's hockey game is happening.
Oh, okay. So I'll definitely.
Which is Slovakia against Finland.
Wow.
Listen, the USA and the Winter Olympics, we just don't go good together. Yeah. Like I don't even know.
Oh yeah. By the way, the bronze medal
game is
the bronze medal game is this Saturday, and the gold medal game is this Sunday, I believe.
All right, boys, I got something.
All right, but Alex, thank you for your Winter Olympics segment. But guys, we gotta move on. The last one of the season, guys. Everyone get ready. It's time for the segment of the show. I gotta come up with a good pun to
no pun.
One. The segment of the show that is about as epic as this podcast. Mike's hot take. Mike, honey, one last time this season. Take it away.
This hot take better not be like the Knicks game.
This better be
yesterday.
Good.
You know what? I was thinking to myself. I was spending the day with my niece. I was spending the day with my niece all day, hanging out, reflecting on life. I reflected how we started this show a year ago, trying to figure out what to do with it. Was it going to be serious or was it going to be stupid?
It's both.
Both.
Yeah, and it became both. And then a great friend of mine, I remember we were on Zoom just chilling, hanging out. A guy by the name of Av Grisani, myself, David Heller, and Alex was chilling on Zoom one day. And Adam's like, you know what? We talk about sports every day. Why don't we make a podcast out of it? And then it became great. We started it. Had the first episode. People didn't much notice when Chris joined, he was supposed to be a part-time guest. A part-timer, like had to be a guest.
Look how quickly that got thrown out the window.
Chris joined our show, became the anchor. And then when one day we were short on staff, then Marcellus came on doing a favor for me, and we loved him so much we asked him to be a part of it. He said yeah. And then David had to get his mental health right. Wanted to do something, he wanted to leave on his show, not on bad terms, but on his terms. And he did that. And we still support you, buddy. We still love you.
Definitely.
And then we got to meet Sam, who basically rivalry between him and Chris is like the most hilarious thing on TV.
Is that thing still alive? Chris and Sam's beef ended a long time ago.
Jesus.
All joking aside.
No, but the funny thing was I was actually only supposed to be a guest because apparently you guys were going to talk basketball that day. And then after the show, I was just like, no, what? Why not? I just join.
I asked Sam, want to be a part of the show. And
I remember me and Sam, we were just hanging out. We were out at dinner. I told him about my podcast. I said, can I join? And I'm like, sure. And the rest is history.
But here's the thing.
And definitely, just as we all know, like, even though David leave again, it was on mutual terms. Like we didn't fire him. We respect his decision, and
David left on his own.
Can I say something?
He made
David, we still love you, and we always say you're welcome back on anytime. Go ahead, David.
Go ahead.
I didn't interrupt you, Mike. So the reason why I left is because I don't know. I don't have my reasons, but when I left, and it had been a long while. But I'm still looking back on a good memory how we first started from a year ago. It was episode 0. It was created by Adam. It was I was like nervous. I didn't know what to do, and yeah, I was like kind of shy, kind of. But I left. I think you guys replaced me with Sam. I think, but I didn't know who Sam was at first. Now I just met him tonight.
At first, it was just us 5. Myself. We weren't looking for a new co-host at the time. We weren't looking for a new co-host. I literally just mentioned it to Sam, and it's like, I even asked him to join. He's like, "Can I join?" And I said, "Sure."
But here's the thing.
Sorry, David. Go ahead.
Can I
Continue.
David,
Fine.
you good?
If you want, you can continue, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. You put a vision of 7 loving sports friends, 2 family members, and all of you, man, if we got to go out, if this may be our last show for a while, we're going out in a blaze of glory. That's all I'm saying. And I love every single one of you guys.
Amen.
You know,
I mean,
For that.
we're going out.
I mean, I remember like a year ago, I was like playing Kingdom Hearts, and while we were talking, I remember all those Zoom conversations we had. Myself, Alex, David, Michael. I remember all those Zooms we had, and then it ultimately gave birth to this podcast. And I'm honestly, I'm grateful for each and every one of you that's here. Like,
Man,
everyone that's here.
I still have.
I feel like this
pictures on my
podcast has
phone.
really created like a brother between us that's gonna last for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I love each and every one of you. That comes from the bottom of my heart.
I'm not even lying. I still remember the first episode. Like I was like, oh my god, okay, I need to get my notes. I need to write down these notes. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to look at the script. Okay, there's the script. I'm going to write down the notes because I thought I was like, oh my god, I need to say like all these stats. I came on the show, you all were so chill. I'm just like, oh, I overprepared.
That's how we roll, Sam.
Who just
That's how we roll.
I was just like, okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, buddy.
No,
Here's
no.
the thing. Now, if you ask me who are all my best friends outside of my actual friend group, here's the thing: we all hang out. Like, you know, we talk at least every week, not about our show, but in general. David is one of my closest friends. Adam's been my boy for years. Alex is one of my closest friends. Chris helped me out so many times. I call him the guru. Marcellus is blood. Sam is just a funny dude to hang out with. It's not like we just talk just sports. We talk all the time.
Exactly.
That's why we have so much great chemistry.
You and Marcellus are related, and
me and Chris,
sense.
Exactly.
Me and Chris, we're supposed to do a sports job together. That's how good we took it. But we didn't get the job. But me and Chris are looking for it next year. What do you say, bud? We try it again?
Yes, sir. For
Get
sure,
me
bro.
on that as well.
Here's
Get me
the
on
thing.
that as well.
We love what we do. We're just 7 sports fans who came together for a podcast.
I'm more like a Philly sports fan, just what I consider myself.
Same
thing.
Point is,
David, I love that shot.
point is, to our viewers, you don't have to watch us, but you guys do it for us. And we say, not just for myself, Marcellus, Sam, David, Alex, and Chris, we say thank you for tuning into us every time you get a chance to.
Amen.
Yeah, I promised myself I wouldn't cry, but you know, but
okay, is that the end of your hot take?
And I got one more part.
Go ahead. Try to get through it quickly,
Kevin Garnett kind of pissed me off a couple days ago.
What'd he say?
Here we go.
Oh, here's the blasphemy.
He said everyone's just running from the grind nowadays, teaming up with each other. Back in my day, we did it the hard way. You can't win alone. You can say it's a bum, period. Okay, Kevin Garnett.
He said, who's a bum?
He said if you couldn't win on your own, you're a bum. That's what Kevin Garnett said. Kevin Garnett, you created a super team with Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. You kind of did. You could have went to Minnesota. What did you
And
do?
Rondo. You can't forget
And
about
you had
Rondo.
Rondo too. So Kevin Garnett, you can't be calling anybody a bum unless you're calling yourself a bum. And you're calling Paul Pierce a bum. And you're calling Ray Allen a bum. So basically, you contradicted your own statement. That's it. That's it.
Sam, you could go.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna start the voting. That's why.
But I mean, I do get what you're saying. I could kind of understand why Kevin Garnett's mad at today's league, but I said calling people bums. I mean, and I was like, that's going too far, and it's like he can't. Yeah, I did the same thing, so it is a bit hypocritical on KG's part.
Not only that, he created a super team, and he only won 1 out of 3 championships. Like he won one year with the super team, and he lost to Kobe.
Also,
the other 2.
I'm kind of being Captain Literal Man here, but you say, "Oh, you can't win a championship on your own." Like every single player that no one has ever won a championship on their own. Not a single player in NBA history.
Actually, no. Yeah, Adam. There's only 2 players.
Pippen. Jordan had Pippen. LeBron had Wade, Kyrie, and AD.
Yeah, there's only 2. There's only 2 players in NBA history that have won by themselves. That was Wilt Chamberlain when he was on the Philadelphia Warriors, and that was Dirk Nowitzki when he was with the Dallas Mavericks. Those are the only 2 players I've actually heard of and seen their teams, and I'm like, yeah, they've won by themselves.
Yeah, so basically by KG's logic, everyone else is like a bum. By KG's logic, everyone else is a bum. I mean, come on, KG. But Michael's at the end of your hot take.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, this is the easy one here. Approve.
Yeah, I'm gonna approve. Just for
the sentimental part in the first was amazing, and then I completely agree with the KG part. So easy approval for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You said, "Oh, there's this KG tweet," and I was just like, "Oh, you couldn't just end this fundamentally. You're gonna have a chance to be blasphemous right now." I don't want to say no, but like if you say something blasphemous, I would be like, "All right, listen." Yeah, I approve.
I also approve.
Marcellus,
Approve.
Alex,
Approve.
David.
Approve.
I think that is easy one of Mike's best hot takes of the year. Easy one of his best.
I haven't
The only one I think beats it out was him debating John. That was the only one that beats it out. I'll add that. So this is the part where we're gonna recap season 1, not only on sports, but in this podcast. And here's the first thing we're gonna do, guys. Really quickly, we're gonna look back on this year in sports. For all our teams, all teams we root for, and we're gonna give them a grade. So, for example, like ever since you could grade anything your team has done from March 2021 to now. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look back on our teams, and we're gonna grade each and every one of our teams. How's that sound?
All right.
I'll go first. I'll go first. We're gonna make it quick too, so everyone gets 5 minutes to grade all our teams. So you guys want me to go first and demonstrate?
Yeah,
Sure.
go ahead.
Okay, so let's start off. Who am I gonna start first? All right, let's start off with the New York Yankees. Their 2021 season. I'm gonna be. I was thinking about being nice here and giving C-, but you know what? Due to the expectations around them and the poor offseasons they have up to this point, yes, you can blame luck off for that, but due to all that, I'm giving them a D. Because this was a team that was supposed to win a championship. This team was a team that was supposed to, at the very least, make it to the World Series. They didn't come close. They barely made the playoffs. A bunch of their players regressed. Really, the only positives you could take out, the only 2 positives was that Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton were beasts. Those are the only 2 positives you could really take. Those are the only 2 positives you could really take out. And the fact that they've had a very, very poor offseason so far. They've done nothing, and they kept them Aaron Boone, Aaron Boone, I'm sorry. I'm giving the Yankees a D. I'm giving the Yankees a D. New York Giants. This is interesting here. Because technically they've done worse than the Yankees, but we're factoring in expectations for each of them. Obviously, you have way higher expectations for the Yankees than you do the Giants. So I'm gonna be a little bit lenient with the Giants. I'm gonna give them a C minus. But here's the one reason I'm giving them a C minus and not a D. Here's the only reason. The moves that they've made at the end of the season. Finally getting rid of Gettleman, finally getting rid of Joe Judge, really starting to clean out. You hired Joe Shane, you hired Brian Dable. It really seems like this franchise is finally going in the right direction. So that I feel like is me optimism. That gives me optimism. But obviously everything else, the season was just a dumpster fire. I mean, they did have a pretty good draft, and they on paper had a decent offseason, but obviously the record speaks for itself. 4-13. Daniel Jones hasn't proved he's the guy. So Giants, I'm giving you a C minus. Brooklyn Nets. I'm debating with this one here. Because they've easily been the best one so far. I'm gonna
honestly, if I were you, I would give them a B minus just because they haven't been spectacular, but they've been. If you're talking about March 2021 till now, that playoff run by KD is an A plus.
I agree.
But then that Kyrie move was an F, so you kind of.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna give it close to that, Sam. I'm gonna give them a B. I'm gonna give. I was thinking about B minus, but you know what? That win over the Knicks, that bumped it up to a B for me. That win over the Knicks bumped it up for a B. And also the trade they made for Ben Simmons, which I love. Yes, in context of it, like it does show that the James Harden trade was a failure, but ultimately you ultimately love the praises they got. Ben Simmons, obviously, when he comes back, is gonna be a star defensively and playmaking ability. Seth Curry has shown to be an elite shooter. He's gonna be a really big factor for his team. And Andre Drummond has been a stud too. So that trade alone, plus as you mentioned, like the playoff run, in the playoffs, that performance by Kevin Durant was just so spectacular. That's why I'm ultimately giving them the Nets a B. Last one, the New Jersey Devils. I'm gonna be very, very nice here. I'm being very nice. I'm giving them a D instead of an F. What saves the Devils from being an F is Jack Hughes has just been a stud. All-stars are all-stars, and he's been an all-star. He's been amazing to be a point-per-game player. Jack Hughes has literally submitted to himself as the future face of this franchise going forward. He's gonna be the face of the Devils of this franchise for at least the next decade. So Devils have that. They also have some other good players. Justin Brad's been amazing this season. I thought he should have made the All-Star team. And obviously signed Dougie Hamilton and drafting Luke Hughes. Like the Devils made some good moves this offseason. They made some good moves. But when you factor the expectations, this team should not, with all moves they made this offseason, they should not be at the bottom of the NHL. It's year after year. They make good moves in the offseason and then they stink on the ice. How many years is this team gonna make good moves on paper, be great on paper, and then finish at the bottom of the league? Now, I'm not saying they made the playoffs, but can you finish? Can you not finish at the bottom of the Metropolitan Division? Can you at least fight for a playoff spot? I mean, so New Jersey Devils, you're getting a D. Deal with it.
All right.
So that's it.
Okay, I'll go next, I guess.
Just in time. The timer went up. All right, Sam, you got 5 minutes. Starting now.
All right, so I'm going to start with football, and that's my Ravens. I'm giving them D. I'm giving them a D because we started out this season so strong, and we were actually like one of the few teams that were like, title contenders. We were viewed as title contenders. We lose 5 games straight, missed the playoffs, and now there's questions. The only thing that's saving them from not being an F is the fact that we have Lamar Jackson, who's an MVP caliber player. That's the only reason why they're not an F. Next is baseball with the Yankees. Madam, the Yankees are getting an F. They're getting an F. They were the favorites going into this year. They heavily disappointed, barely made the playoffs. And in the playoff game, that terrible, terrible call by our coach to steal third or steal home, whatever it was, the sign that he gave, that was terrible.
Oh my God! Thankfully, they fired him.
Yeah, that was basically the only notable move they've done this offseason. That's unacceptable. So the Yankees are getting an F.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that'll change after the lockout, but again, that doesn't count towards this grading. So Sam, I can't disagree with you.
How about the Pelicans?
No, that's what I'm saying. Last three teams are all NBA teams just because I don't follow hockey enough to
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't watch hockey enough to grade the New Jersey Devils, so I'm just gonna agree with you, Adam. For that. Basketball, it's the Pelicans, the Knicks, and the Bucks.
Dog, so when you a Bucks fan?
I've been following the Bucks for a while now because, to be honest, you kidding me?
Bandwagon.
Sam, good win tonight, huh?
Shut up. Anyway.
That was a shot.
That's a shot. He did a shot on you, boy. You gonna take that from him?
Alex, tell me when the dribbler actually passes to Joel Embiid, then we can talk.
Tell me when Zion drops 20, then you can talk.
Zion's dropped 20 in a game.
What are you talking about? Zion scored 20. That's a brother. I can't help you on that one.
All right.
Sorry, Alex. Take your L.
Alex,
Sorry.
Take the L. Alex, you got L, buddy.
All right. Sam, you don't worry. This doesn't count towards your 5 minutes. All right. You've got 2 minutes and 32 seconds left. Continue.
All right.
For count.
So the Pelicans. The Pelicans, I'm actually going to give a B, just because the expectations
a B
weren't high
for the Pelicans.
Hear me out. Just hear me out. We did some amazing trades. We got rid of Eric Bledsoe. We got rid of the main problem, Eric Bledsoe. We did trade away Alonzo Ball, but then we just recently got CJ McCollum. Right now, we're in an amazing position. We got CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Jonas Valanciunas. We're in a great position going forward, and I'm excited going forward. Plus, the expectations weren't high last year. They're not high this year. So we're starting to finally build a foundation, and we have good players on our team. There's only just big question marks. So that's why I'm giving them a B-. Knicks. The Knicks are an F. Do I have to explain why?
You don't.
No.
All right, good.
I guess I'll go next.
No.
He has the Bucks. He sells the Bucks.
And then the Bucks, they're an A+.
We already know the reason.
I mean, they won the championship. They won the championship,
but Giannis continuously, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best players in the world. Every time he steps on that court, he's top 3. If you ever meet someone who says he's not top 3, I don't know what to say to them.
I think he's the top player in the league. He's the best player.
He's the top player in the league. So,
this is his year. This is his era of the NBA.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And the Dallas Cowboys, if I had to rank them, they would be an F- just because of their fan base.
Nice little party shot there, Sam. I love it.
Okay.
All right, okay. Michael. But great job, Sam. Michael, you're up. You're 5. You're on the clock, starting now.
No, I get a roast shot at Sam.
Fine, roast shot at Sam. Then you can go.
I don't know what's worse, that joke or his breath. I don't know what's worse. moving on. Let me explain. Since I'm a Yankee, can I do college? We're allowed to do college sports?
You're allowed to do college. All right, I'm gonna start off with baseball. The Yankees, they disappointed me this season. I'll give them a C minus. Because when we got Big Joey, that didn't help us. I thought Garrett Cole is the best pitcher in the MLB, but he choked this season for us. He choked. He had 2 good months, and then he sucked. Then had good months, and he sucked. And that god-awful third base running call when you said go with 2 outs in the inning. What was that call, man? God damn. And I love Aaron Boone, but he needs to leave. I'm sorry. I can't defend him anymore. I can't defend his actions. Okay, Knicks. I give him an F. I'll give him a D+. That's 2. Because they That's being generous. That's honestly being generous.
That's too. Mike. You too nice. Both those teams I said F towards, and you're like, oh well, I'll give them a D+. D-. No, an F. You know damn well they're both Fs.
The reason why I give him a D because Julius Randle did win Most Improved Player, and he won Most Improved Player, and Tom Thibodeau won.
That's the thing. You are. So that's the thing, Sam. You are technically, since it was from March 20 onward, you kind of have to take last year's playoff run into account.
No, I don't. Last year's player.
Yes, they did well in the playoffs.
We got swept in the playoffs.
All right. They lost 1 game. They lost out of 6.
No, okay, whatever. My point is for the Knicks, just don't count this towards Mike's time. If Julius Randle could win the award for least improved player, he would right now. Not only did he not improve, he downgraded. How do you go from an MVP in the league to a borderline all-star? I don't get that. Yeah. How does Tom Thibodeau go from coach of the year to people literally saying, fire Thibodeau? So they downgraded as much as you possibly can.
All right.
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
For the Lakers, I gotta give them, a D plus because the year we started the show, they were the reigning NBA champions. They're the reigning NBA champions.
You too nice.
I'm fucking with you guys. I just see a reaction. I gotta say an F because here's why. You win the championship, you get AD. You still have AD, but LeBron and AD gets hurt. So the series is over. And then I was like, when I heard Westbrook was coming to the Lakers, I was like, easy championship, baby. I said on the podcast, we win the championship. There's no possible way.
And I said before, I wasn't a fan of that trade. I was
so happy.
But continue, Michael.
Westbrook is my favorite player. I was like, yes, he's back home. He's probably going to play great. Easy dub. We're scoring. That motherfucker let me down. Goddamn, Westbrook.
You want to say it's not Westbrook's fault. Your team is ass.
I'll
put it on Westbrook.
No, it's on Westbrook.
That team sucks.
No, it's on Westbrook. Westbrook is definitely...
Westbrook's been decent this season. It's just his
issues. It's not LeBron's fault.
NBA, you've been watching.
It's not anybody but everyone but LeBron.
It's everyone but LeBron.
You were telling me Russell Westbrook's been playing decent. Chris, I'm gonna ask you
100%. He's been decent.
I don't know about decent.
He's smoking the hell out of crack.
I don't know about decent.
Bro, all I'm saying is
okay.
Mike, wait.
Hold up, Go ahead, brother.
Just okay. Here's my thing with what you just said, Chris. Westbrook's been terrible for them this season.
I just strongly disagree with that. I think it's just been overblown so much.
I mean, he's doing all he can, though.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I feel bad for LeBron. LeBron has Westbrook on his team. He's got street clothes on his team. And he's got an old ass Carmelo Anthony, an old ass Trevor Ariza. He has an old team. There's not one person on that team that can enter that arena without a walking stick, in my opinion. So, like,
man, you can't disrespect my boy Melo like that.
Oh man,
Melo's good, but Melo
is still playing
That's
good.
a Hall of Famer, man. Put some respect on his name.
Melo's a Hall of Famer, but he's not playing like a Hall of Famer right now.
Okay, street clothes is killing me too. Street clothes been fucking up. Can I get back to my?
I was about to say, Michael, continue.
I might get at least 5 extra minutes for that because I.
Don't worry, I paused.
Okay, Sam, can I have my time about you interrupting? You jackass.
Just continue, Mike. Continue, Michael. So, F for Lakers. Who's next?
I'm gonna go with. Talk about the Cowboys. Did I talk about the Cowboys yet?
Yeah, you haven't talked football. You haven't talked college basketball. So just go through it really quickly. You got a little over 2 minutes left.
I get 3 minutes. I get my time back.
All right, fine. 3 minutes. Go.
The Cowboys, I gotta give them a F because they've been fucking me over. Because we always do great in the regular season.
Harsh.
An F.
They made the playoffs.
But we were supposed
and what
to
happened?
Win. A controversial call, but we're not going to talk about it before I get mad and throw my iPad at the TV. Okay.
I love Cowboys fans.
But still, I don't think they deserve an F.
Shut up. Hey, Adam, he texted Sam's address.
Continue.
I may kill him. He may
Continue,
die.
Michael.
Chris, you want to kill Sam?
Michael, this isn't. I'm not refunding your time. Let's continue now.
The Jets. I gotta say, come on. Do I even have to acknowledge right now how bad they are? F.
Okay.
All right, and my Duke Blue Devils, and I'll do college football because I love college basketball and college football. For Duke, I think we made some great moves. You know, we got probably the best player in the country in Pablo Banchero. We have AJ Griffin, who's a stud. We have Tyler Keels, who's maybe a great player, could be a great player. We have the best defense. We have the best center on defense in Mark Williams, who's a stud on defense. And we also have Wendell Moore Jr., who's probably the best wing in the country, in my opinion, for college basketball. So Duke's been playing great. So I think they have a chance to make it to the Final Four, the Elite Eight, the way how they've been playing. So I'm giving them an A right now for their recruitment process. And this is Coach K's last season, so they want to go out with a bang. So in college football, I got to say how Georgia, I'm a big fan of Georgia, and I love LSU. Those are my two favorite college teams, but I give LSU a C because this was not their good year for a quarterback, and their defense could be a little better for their recruitment process. I think they'll get a C, but Georgia, they get an A because they just won the championship. They got the best defensive in the country. They beat the odds-on favorite, the almighty Alabama. So I got to say, Georgia gets an A this year. Whew.
All right. Great job, Michael. Great job. Who wants to go next?
I recommend Mr. Bitch Rich go next.
Alex, you want to go next? Or Chris, do you want to go next? Chris, you want to go?
Oh, I'll go.
All right, go. You're up.
So
I'm sorry, wait, just real quick. That just reminded me of like when the teacher says, "Okay, who wants to answer this question other than these two?" and no one raises their hand.
Damn. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Scenario.
All right. Alex will go after Chris. But Chris, you are on. Okay, 5 minutes. You are on the clock starting now.
Sweet. So I'll start with the Royals. Kansas City Royals. I mean, not a lot really to discuss there. They have a really good lineup moving forward. So I'll give them a C. It's just hard to give them any higher grade than that because they weren't really good team. But I mean, there's a lot of progress. They have some holes to fill. But I mean, they have a really good core to move forward with. Got to improve the pitching, but they have the guys and a lot to look forward to this season, especially. So that's why I'm comfortable giving them a C. And then let's go to the Chiefs. I'll give the Chiefs a B. Just a B. I mean, it was an up and down season, but I mean, we still got to the AFC Championship game, so it's really hard to give them any lower than that, in my opinion, especially with kind of some of the issues that we had and just the way we started really bad, still getting the AFC title game. It's hard to really put them down way too low. The way we lost makes me want to put it lower, but that's just one half of football compared to like a whole year of football that we saw from this team. So it's hard to really punish them too much for just a half, even though it's pathetic. But yeah, I'll give them a B still. I mean, a lot to look forward to for them moving forward. Just keep building with this team. You'll be back in that spot next year very quickly if they keep this court, just keep going with Mahomes. But yeah, I'll seem comfortable with the B for them. And then I'll go KU basketball next. I just want to mix up the word a little bit. But KU basketball, I will give an A-, mostly because of this year's team last year. I guess actually let's lower it to a B+ because the way KU ended last year was very disappointing, so I got lowered a tad. But I mean, this year's team's been very impressive. And all honestly, this Kansas team, they're not super talented by any means, and they're still one of the best teams in the country. Bill Self's done one of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen him do, and he's honestly been arguably coach of the year in the country, in my opinion, this season. They just don't have a lot of pieces, and they're still pretty much a 1 seed for the NCAA tournament, which is super impressive. So I'm happy with that.
I want to say I agree with everything you said about Kansas, about University of Kansas. They've been playing.
It's impressive. They don't have. You guys
don't have enough talent. You guys don't have.
They don't have the talent. The guard play.
The coaching system is amazing. So.
And just a lot. There's been a lot of drama off the court, and they've still found ways to win game. The Big 12 preseason player of the year isn't even good enough to play at Kansas, but that's a whole nother topic. But that's caused a whole lot of drama, and he's been injured. Remy Martin, and it's just a lot of stuff with that. It's kind of held the team back. But I mean, all in all, this is a team that's played very well. They've won a lot of close games, which may not be sustainable, but they have guys who make plays down the stretch, which is super important. So I'm comfortable with, giving them a B+. I'm just excited for the rest of the season there. And then I'll go with the Grizzlies to end it up. And the Memphis Grizzlies have to get an A. It's just the way they ended last season, getting into the play-in, getting into that 8th seed after they won it in Oracle Arena to secure the 8th seed. And then they beat the Jazz in a game. That's super impressive. And then just the way they played this season, John Morant's been special. And the rest of the group is finally getting the respect they deserve. This is the deepest roster in the league, and it's not close.
Whoa.
It's not close.
I agreed with you with the whole John Morant, but you still think Bane will be an all-star?
I mean, he's not an all-star.
But you said on your show, and I
did.
Bane will be an all-star this year.
I don't know if that was my quote. I said he deserved consideration, but
you said he will be an all-star.
The West is just so stacked. Jaren Jackson Jr., I can't say should have, but he probably was the next front court guy. He was the next front court guy, had to been. And I would have considered him. The Timberwolves were too good this season for him to be over Cat, but if the Timberwolves were like 10th in the West or something, that would have been an argument. But the Timberwolves were too good not to have an all-star. Grizzlies were too good to only have one all-star, so it's tough. And, I mean, Jaren Jackson – all right, 1 minute. Jaren Jackson's been – he's the defensive player of the year right now, probably, in my opinion, because Draymond and Gilbert have missed so much time. But Jaren Jackson's just been special. He's not getting talked about enough nationally, but he's that second guy. Devin Bane's a stud. But just top to bottom, 1 through 15, there's not a better roster in the league. Like the Grizzlies have multiple guys who can't even make the rotation who could play big minutes on any contending team. And it's just very nice to have those guys you can count each and every night. So I'm gonna give the Grizzlies an A, and those are my teams.
You got the Chiefs.
I give them a B.
He gave it a B. But Chris, great. But Chris, awesome job. Alex, you're up. You got 5 minutes starting now.
Okay, so I'll start with my Villanova Wildcats. They are.
We got a lot of teams, so hurry it up.
Okay. They're definitely a great, talented team with Count Gillespie, Justin Moore, Khalid Daniels, Eric Dixon, to name a few. And they've shown that they are a team to a deep team this year. And I think that this team has the potential of winning it all in the Big East tournament. And I grade this team an A-. Next, for the Eagles, there's a lot of talk about how this team is not consistent game by game. which showed the past season. And I think that there's definitely going to be a lot of moves moving forward before next season starts up. And I think they do grab a backup quarterback in the draft this upcoming April. And my grade for them is a B minus. Next for the Phillies, they are a different story with the amount of pitching problems that they have, and especially in the bullpen, they need a ton of work. And I think that this season, if there is a season this year, I think that they got the potential of upgrading their pitching. And I think that I would definitely grade them C plus. And lastly, for the Flyers, they've been atrocious.
Oh boy.
They've been
Roast them, Alex.
They've been unbearable, and I've literally stopped watching them since I think 2 months ago or something. But they've been just horrendous game by game, and I don't know what's happening with them. I don't know if it's just the lack of urgency with every play that they have, but it's just a brutal time for them. And I hope that everything gets back to normal in the upcoming year or two. And honestly, I have to grade this team like an E plus.
Just say F. Just say F.
Yeah, an F.
Yeah. Because this thing, the Devils may stink, but at least they have like something to look forward to. They got nice young players. Who are the young stars on the Flyers?
Damn, Alex, that was brutal.
I mean, I think that just it's a lot of going on in that organization.
Definitely. Oh yeah, you forgot. I think you forgot the Sixers.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So just do the Sixers.
Okay. So for the Sixers, I love what Daryl Morey, the Sixers president, did in getting James Harden and bringing him in with Embiid. And after tonight's performance against the Milwaukee Bucks, Embiid can show that he can do whatever he wants to do, no matter where the hell he is playing at. And Tyrese Maxey is continuing to show some absolutely great talent. And I love Georges Niang. I think he's been an absolute beast in transition, helping out Maxey and Korkmaz. And this team is going to go far in the playoffs this year. So I agree this team an A minus.
Whoa. You gave the Sixers an A minus?
Yep.
I don't think that's blasphemous.
I'd give them an A minus too.
Well, that's a little bit.
I think they've been very impressive for what the situation's been. Actually, no, I lied. They need like a. No, I lied. I'm on Mike's side. I forgot about last season. I lied. They deserve an F.
I mean,
I forgot about the Hawks series. That
they need
was
an F. Not need an F for that.
I mean, minus last year. I'm talking in the present.
No, Adam said on.
You have to take that into consideration, though. You have to. That is the rules. But
I will say, flipping the script from how that ended to what they've done this season have been A minus worthy. There
is some recency bias that can factor into factor. So with that in mind, I definitely think A minus.
I think it's a C.
Grade.
I think it's a C. C. I think a C because no, I think it's a C just because they went from, in my opinion, an F season to actually an A plus season with Joel Embiid, how they have been doing with him has been just amazing. That's why I say the Sixers are probably a C.
All right, but
A little too high, brother.
all right, Alex, great job. All right, next up, Marcellus, you're up. Okay,
My
you're on the
Knicks.
clock starting now.
My Knicks, I don't gotta describe them. It's an easy F. My Jets get an F. I say my Mets get it. I say we get a B.
That's a little too high for your Mets there, buddy.
Here's the thing.
I mean, we got Scherzer.
If we're talking like what they've done the offseason, like it's an A plus. I mean, it's an A plus the type of offseason the Mets had. But here's the thing: you have to take like what they did on the field last year. This past season was very disappointing. Like
exactly
finishing first, being like first in the East for that long, and then collapse like that. Like that probably lowers it to like the B range.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say a B minus at most. Keep going.
I think B is good.
Yeah, I think a B is good.
I know for college football you're picking Coastal Carolina, so let's just
I was gonna say my Duke boys. My Duke boys. I gotta give us. I gotta give us an A minus.
Yeah, we killing.
It's just because. The only thing is we can score, but we just let people score too much. So
we have the best freshman class right now.
That might cost us in the tournament, though. I'm thinking. And then what's another team? I think I named all my teams. I don't watch hockey really.
Yeah. Did you want to elaborate on the Jets
football,
a bit?
You like Coastal Carolina? They had a good year for you guys.
I'm in the football team, yeah. Football team. I'm gonna have to say Coastal for sure. But you said what, Adam? You said talk about the Jets.
Yeah, if you want to elaborate more on the Jets, you can, but I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think I really have to.
If you trying to live, don't make him talk about the Jets.
Okay. I know.
I'm saying if you want me to elaborate, I really could.
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary.
I need to, but you know.
Marcellus, great job. So last up, David Heller, you're up.
Cool.
You are on the clock starting now.
All right. I don't look back on like grades on Eagles or Flyers or Sixers or Phillies.
You have to do grades. You have to do grades,
David. Part of the show.
It has been a while, but for this year for some of the Sixers, I'll start with them first because they're better than the Flyers. I'll give them probably B plus.
I like it.
I mean, well, I hope we got James Harden. I'm excited, but I'm not going to brag about it, but I mean, I like it, but
somebody else did on this show.
Yeah. I don't look going back on the dark times of 2020 or 2021, but I kind of like this year more better out of all for 76ers. I was still with the Eagles. I would say probably C plus. I don't know why.
I feel like you and Alex are sleeping on the Eagles. Like, if we talk about expectations, I would give them at least a B plus. Because coming to the year, they weren't even. A lot of people thought they were gonna tank, and they were last least, and they made the playoffs. So I feel like you guys are slipping on the. You and Alex are sleeping on the Eagles here a little bit. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, the reason why is just because they botched it, and they just need to develop Jamin more often and develop other players around him and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's always in between. It's always in between stuff. But I'm not getting into them about how they did this year, but hopefully they give them good pitchers and guys in the draft. But I'm not really into the draft as much because I mean I don't keep track of it.
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but I mean it's like any other year. I mean it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
If you want, you can continue. Like, you did the Eagles. That now you can move on. Next team.
Flyers. No, not the Flyers. I'd rather do the Phillies than the Flyers.
Right.
So Phillies. Jeez, I don't know. Phillies really hard to talk about because the lockout still, but I'm just thinking probably I give them D.
Yeah, I feel like you and Alex are sleeping on the Phillies too. I mean, I feel like D's. I mean, because seriously, the Phillies were a competitive team. Like, I mean, Alex, you gave them a C plus. You gave them a D. They were in the playoff mix until the very end. Very end. I would personally give them like a B minus or something. But that's just my take. But go ahead, David.
Well, it's not really my take. It's just like it's just really hard to talk about Phillies, and it's really hard to talk about baseball in general, just because of the lockout.
Yeah.
But hopefully we do have a season. But
yeah, spoiler alert! We're gonna open
season
season 2 with the lockout. Spoiler alert! We're gonna open season 2 with the lockout.
Well, I'd rather have MLB and player or station decide if they're gonna have a season. That's what I'm hoping. Like it's not all about Phillies or Yankees or any other different teams in other cities.
Yeah,
it matters if we love baseball. I mean,
I agree.
it's
I could
because
rant
like
about this.
baseball is
I
the
could rant
greatest
about that
sport
for.
American pastimes, and baseball is America's sport. Like, I just love baseball in general.
All right, Dave. Just to let you know, you have 2 minutes left, so move on to your next team.
Well, of course, I'll go for the worst team in the NHL league.
The Flyers.
Yeah. I don't know. I've rather. It's really hard to talk about them, but I don't have a take or anything. I normally don't do grades, but I'll probably give them F.
Okay.
I mean, it always. I don't know. It's really hard to talk about them. I don't know how to put words. They're just trying to figure out stuff.
Yeah, so you could just move on. Last up, Sixers.
I did the 76ers.
You did the Sixers. What did you give them?
He said a B plus. He did. I think he started with Sixers.
Yeah, he did start with Sixers. My apologies. So, David, you're done. Great job, and we all have done and that's all for our season 1 and our sports teams. That's
crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for mine it was kind of shitty, but it was a sports. It was definitely an interesting sports year. It was better for some people on this podcast than others. So, but definitely, I feel like doing this podcast really made me like it definitely has made you appreciate sports more. Or it's more like
definitely
because we can talk because we talk so much about all the stuff that's going on, for better or for worse. Did you guys have anything else to say, or you want to move on to our betting award ceremony?
I think we're good.
All right,
we're ready to hear it.
Here we go.
Right on.
All right, guys. So, do you want me to announce? Do you want to recap our last episode, and then we'll move on to the awards? All right, we're gonna recap episode. So to recap our last ever bets, each of us did 2 separate bets each. So here's the thing. To give it a little suspense, I'll tell you like whether or not the bets hit or not, but for the bets that did win, I'm not gonna tell you the points. I'm not gonna tell you the points.
Just say who won. We already know who won already.
All right. So
Relax, Mike.
All right.
Relax.
So Michael, you lost both your bets. You had the Grizzlies over Pelicans, Hornets over Timberwolves, Bucks over Pacers, Cavaliers over Hawks, and Cavaliers over Hawks, and Suns over Clippers. So you lost both your bets. Sam, you lost both your bets. Marcellus won his bet. He won 1 of 2. He had the Grizzlies over Pelicans on the money line. Alex won his bet. He had the NFC over Kentucky on the money line, but he lost the 76ers over Celtics. Marcellus lost the Cavaliers over Hawks. Chris lost both his bets, and I went 1 for 2. I had the Dolls over Lightning on my line and USA over Canada in the gold medal game. I lost that one, but speak of that Nets game we discussed. I bet I had the Nets over the Knicks on my line and Steph Curry to score 20 or more, and Steph Curry scored 20. And I said that. Look back at the audio. I did say that. Nets over Knicks on my line and Steph Curry scored 20 or more, so I hit on that. So to give us the final standing. So what we're gonna do? Oh, Alex is gonna say the final and he's gonna mention everyone's name, and then that person is gonna give a brief statement. So, Alex, take it away.
Okay. So in 6th place, we have Marcellus.
I don't get how the guy with the best record, like literally record.
Finishing 6th place with the record of 41 and 34, 324.78 points. Marcellus Murdoch unfortunately finished in last place. Marcellus, you have a statement?
I don't know, guys. I thought I would have had it in the bag. I mean, I got the best record. I guess not the. It's always next season.
All right, Alex, move on to 5th place.
5th place is Chris Korn.
Yeah, Chris Korn finished in 5th place. 31 and 44 record, 328.04 points. Chris was our ringleader for a while, but then he kind of fell off.
And then
Chris was in the club.
Switched how we made bets, and I'll be better next season. But we started doing more parlays, and I didn't have success with those. And I really went downhill after that.
If you're talking about best bets, you go with Chris. If you take bullshit bets in consideration, you go with Sam.
Speaking
if you go with people helping him win bets and cheating to win bets, you go with Alex.
Okay. Alex, you can move on to 4th place.
4th place, Sam and David.
Yeah, so David, just for the record, once you after you left, Sam inherited your record. So you both are tied for 4th place. You both combined for 31-40 for record, 314.90 points.
And David was our ringleader for weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, David was our Sam. David was in 1st place for a while when he was on here.
Oh, yeah.
And then David left the show. David was in 1st place when he left the show.
No, I don't think he was in 1st place when he left. I'm not sure. I'll have to look back.
First.
Actually, I was going to ask you guys. Do you guys remember what my record between from a year ago that we started till I left?
I'll look it up. After we finish recording, I'll look it up. So,
yeah, take your time. It's all
right, we will. But Sam, do you have a statement? Did Sam just leave us?
Sam died.
He left us. He's not even going to accept his award of 4th place. Okay, so.
All right.
Moving on to the top 3.
Sam, I'm a better basketball player than you.
All right. Moving on to the bronze medal. All right, I'll do this one. Finishing in 3rd place, earning his bronze medal with a record of 29-46, 345.707 points. Alexander Reach.
He had the worst record, number series on the show, and he's in 3rd place. Adam, your betting sucks.
I will say though, the fact that even after we gave him that penalty, the fact that he still managed to stay in the top 3 is impressive. The fact that he still managed to finish in the top 3 is impressive.
He probably kept cheating for all we know.
He probably kept cheating. He probably lied and says Alex called his boy up.
He's
like,
denying.
I'm in fifth place. He's like, I'm in fifth place. Yo, you got any more secret bets like a lot of?
Yo, guys,
like
next episode, you just want us to say FLS all cheat.
Yeah,
next season, or you just want to let us all cheat.
How about we all cheat? Since because of Alex, we all cheat.
All right. Moving on, Alex.
Moving on. In second place is Michael
with a
Cunningham.
record of 32-43, 393.64 points.
First of all, Adam cheated. He cheated. Because technically, he would have been in fifth place if.
Flashback.
But Big Daddy is coming back on the throne. Murdoch, Cunningham, and Kieran will be in the top 3 next year. That's my prediction.
Okay.
It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Okay.
Sam will be in last place as usual with Adam and Sam. Adam and Alex and Sam will be
Alex, go ahead.
And the winner of season 1 is Adam Grassani.
Adam needs to learn how to dance too.
We are the champions, my friends.
Can somebody make him leave that?
Keep on fighting till the end.
Sam, they got Sam like the show.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time.
You better watch me call a loser on that one, boy.
Because we are champions of the world.
I know what's worse: Alex dancing or Adam singing. I know which one is worse. I would like to
thank. I just want to say a few words.
Fuck you.
I would like to thank. I would like to thank the committee of our betting committee. I want to thank the commissioner. I want to thank all our fans. I want to thank all of our hardworking writers. Y'all worked your butt off. It was a great competing against you, but only one of us. At the end of the day, only one of us had to come out on top, and the sports guys smiled on me, and I'm blessed.
All right, boys. Let's
finished with a fantasy record of 32-43, 416.70 points. So, and for the record, if you want to know how that happened, the Nets over Knicks game that bet, I added 55.96 points.
Fuck you, Adam.
Yo, Micah, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you now officially renouncing your Knicks fandom after that? They blew a 28-point lead that ultimately cost you first place and the title.
Let me see that. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, man. Okay, this is going to be good.
Adam, Pipe's going to hate.
You see this knife right here? This one with James Dolan. I may kill him for screwing up. You see it, my friend. I'm going to murder James Dolan.
Michael's going to... No, you guys. Michael's going to grow up. When he has kids, Michael's going to tell him how one time, his Knicks blew a 28-point lead and it ultimately cost him first place in that competition.
He's going to be able to tell a lot of stories about the Knicks blowing leads.
When your dad, your Uncle Adam, your Uncle Alex, your Uncle Chris, your Uncle David, your Uncle Marcellus, and Uncle Sam did a podcast when we're still doing the podcast, the first season, by the way.
Be Mike, don't make me feel old already.
Uncle Adam made a parlay bet with the Nets beating the Knicks, and the Knicks caused a 28 lead. I was having a really, really good year on the podcast. I was in first place. I was sitting pretty. I was in the VIP room, getting with the strippers, drinking some strippers' champagne on strippers' ass. But then Adam does a fucking stupid parlay, and it wins because the stupid Knicks give up a 28-point lead. To answer your question now, I'm going to kill James Darlin for screwing up my life. James Darlin. Dolan, for effing up society. Now you must die. So what does that answer?
All right, guys. That's it. That's all for this episode. That's all for season 1. I just want to say, just a couple of words. Michael said it. Michael said best during his topic. A year ago, it was just me, Alex, Michael, and David. We were just chatting like, why don't we start a sports podcast and look at what's become. That one simple conversation. Look what it's become.
74 episodes.
Wild stuff.
75 episodes. We're 25 episodes away from 100. This past year. Doing this podcast for the past 11 months. Doing this podcast. Go ahead, Michael.
David.
Yeah.
Will you come back to the show for season 2 as a co-host, but for every episode you want to be on? You don't gotta do every episode. What do you say, guys? Should David come back to us, to our viewers?
If he's welcome,
I won't be a guest.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on at least a little bit more often, though.
Yeah,
we miss you.
David could be like John Barati, where he's on part-time.
How about you be part-time, David?
David could be like John Barati, where he's on part-time.
But we actually like David.
Well, actually, I'm David.
We like John too. We like John
I'm completely different person than John.
Oh yeah,
David actually has a brain. John doesn't.
Mike, that's hurtful.
I said you have a brain and John doesn't. That's not hurtful. It's
Yeah,
cool.
but- you being mean to John.
To John in this.
David, you know you're smarter than John.
Well, I could be smart. I could be smart my own way. People could be smart either way too.
I like how I gave him a compliment and he's getting mad at that. Like, what the?
Nah, he's sticking up for John. He's not, no John slander, Mike.
Pipe it, Kate, boy.
All right. Can I continue? But yeah, a year ago, literally, what's become, chatting sports with all you guys. It's just, I'm looking back at those Zooms we first did. It's getting nostalgic already. A lot of these podcasts that we did, I'm getting, I've just created so many memories with you guys, and I'm gonna cherish those memories for the rest of my life. I phoned on with all you guys. To act at best, I love you, MFOs, but so I'm definitely thankful for each and every one of you: Sam Morrell, Michael, Marcel Spurdock, Michael Cunningham, Alex Reach, David Heller, and Chris Skune. I'm thankful. Just want to say thank you for all of you for making this podcast a reality. And I definitely want, and one thing we want to thank us as listeners. To all listeners, to all of you who take time out of your day to listen to us. We can't thank you enough. We hope we've informed you. We hope we've entertained you, and we're gonna keep on doing that. But just for the record, guys, this is not the last episode of the podcast. This is not the series finale. It's just the season finale. We will be back for season 2. We're gonna take I don't know, 2.5 week hiatus.
Yeah, we just
and early March will be the beginning of season 2. And just for a little teaser for you guys, we've got some big stuff planned.
To all of our viewers, man, that's all I gotta say. Here's a little quote, a song quote. Although we have come to the end of the road, this isn't a goodbye. This is a see you later. Come on. This is a see you later. Come on. This is a see you later. We ain't retiring yet.
Oh, by the way, before we end the episode, I got a song for you all.
Alex, I appreciate it, but we can't risk the copyright.
We can't.
Alex, I appreciate it, but we can't risk the copyright.
I have a busy March, but I hope I can at least get on for a couple episodes to talk some hoops.
All right. But everyone, if you want, just give a quick statement to say goodbye.
Did Sam die on us?
I'll message him right now. I'll message him right now.
It's been a long season. He battled. He put a lot into it. I respected the dedication.
Chris was like this.
was napping, and then I was just tired.
Chris wasn't feeling well.
I wasn't feeling well. Today, I took some medicine. I thought I was gonna pass out, and then after Mike's hot take, we've been rolling. It was good.
That's what this podcast does to you. I remember, Chris, you told me that, and the fact that you still managed to come out of this podcast anyway.
I'm fine now.
I'm not missing the finale.
I really appreciate it.
I couldn't miss it. Couldn't have missed finale.
You know how Adam would not be speaking to us if we missed the finale. Adam be like, we're no longer friends no more.
I wouldn't do that.
Adam, you petty. Hey, Sam, are you dead? We just want to make sure you're not dead or anywhere. You're not in the ditch nowhere.
I don't worry. I just texted them. But Marcel, do you have any closing thoughts for the season?
I enjoy doing this with you guys. If I didn't, I wouldn't be joining so much. Great season. Let's keep it rolling.
Short and sweet. I like it. Alex?
I loved every single episode, and I'm already ready for episode number 1 of season 2, and I can't wait to get rolling.
Can't wait either. Can't wait. David?
I would try to get on to the 2, but I'd rather be a guest. But there's I can't believe there's gonna be like a finale for all of us. But I know it's been a long while I've been on it.
Yeah. Again, David. David, I just want to say we thank you so much for coming on. Great to see you again. And once again, you're welcome back on anytime.
All right, cool.
All right, Michael, last up. Go ahead.
It all started with a bunch of warriors hanging out, talking about sports. It all started with a dream. Really bullshit dream. And then, Adam, I'm proud of you, man. You put this all together. Let's give you a big round of applause. If it wasn't for you having the idea, we wouldn't have did this show. You know what I mean? So, Adam, I got to say, on behalf of us, we got to say thank you to you. You had a vision for the show, and you made us have it.
For that, I say very heartfelt, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Definitely welcome.
Y'all
are definitely welcome.
Me and Chris and Alex and Marcellus and Sam wouldn't have did the show if it wasn't for you. So we saw on behalf of them, I say thank you, brother. And I'll be looking forward to going to round 2, season 2 with all you to war again next season.
Yeah.
So I got something to say. Now can you dig it? We out.
All right, guys. That's it. This has been episode 75, and this has been season 1 of the Getting Out podcast. Yours truly, Adam Grassani, Mike Cunningham, Alex Reach, Chris Kieran, Marcel Spurdock, Sam Morrell, and our special guest, David Heller. If you like what you heard, leave a like and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want to join the conversation, drop a comment or review, and we may feature it in a future episode. Remember, my friends, do not assume your dreams are just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time. See you next episode. See you next season. And until then, stay lit.
And we're out.